Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you Game 3 in this series between Idra and Select. Game 3 from the ASUS ROG Finals that happened this past weekend, I believe. I can't even remember the weekends as my calendar. I can bring it up, but then I just pop it up on the screen anyways. So yeah, this is the finals. First place does win $6,000, so a lot riding in this matchup. It is going to be Terran versus Zerg now here in the Zelnaga Caverns. Select and Idra now tied at 1 game apiece in this series. And I believe it's a best of 7 series. Hopefully I am not mistaken. And I will keep you guys informed as we watch these games. I know some of you guys out there may have already seen these games, but then again, I know some of you guys follow my games and my cast as well. So I'm not trying to take away from any of the casters that had already cast this series. I wanted to watch these games for my own enjoyment, and casting the games also adds a little bit of excitement for me, as I tend to get impatient and try to fast forward through it. And fast forwarding through, a replay doesn't really give you the same amount of enjoyment as really watching it, analyzing it, and trying to get inside the players' heads. Now, Idra down over here. We'll see what he tries to go for. He may try to go for that fast hatchery once again, and we'll see whether Select plays standard or not. It looks like Select may be going for... No, he is not going for a refinery, and there it is. There's the refinery there, also training up an extra SCV, so not going to lose out on too much SCV production. Going to be a very straightforward game. Game 3 can probably predict his builds a little bit better, going for an early barracks into refinery, and we'll see how all of that works out. Meanwhile, back over here, Idra is going for a hatchery at 15, it appears. He is also now getting the spawning pool as well. He will be able to start training up even more larva in just a moment. The benefit of Zerg being able to train up larva more than one at a time, even if they do halt their production, but then again, they have to sacrifice units. As in comes a bunker, so Select feigning that he wants to do a bit of a bunker rush, as there's really no chance that Select is really going to deal any serious damage at all with this bunker. A Marine now making its way down, but I think this Marine is just going straight to its death sentence as it tries to go down here. It is just going to get surrounded and taken down by drones. An SCV now coming back to work. It looks like that SCV is not gonna really do anything, as it now tries to shoot away this one particular drone. A second Marine may be added. Select, gonna walk by there, and a little bit of a weird play there as Idra does finally lose his scouting drone, but the bunker is forced to be cancelled. And Idra pretty much in a very good position. We'll see a reactor now being added on by Select. We may see a refinery as well, a standard reactor opening. I'm sure Idra has seen this countless number of times, so Idra should be able to counter this, unless Select has very, very strong micro. Those instances where micro really makes a very large difference in that early portion of the game. And we also see a second command center being thrown down as well. So he may not be able to get nearly as many... Excuse me, what is that? He is now lowering that supply depot there, and now is he going to do a lift-off swap? And it looks like he is going to do a lift-off swap there. Is he going to raise up that supply depot? Select may be in a bit of trouble. Yes, he does raise it up just in time. Double training Hellions now, and with also this command center here, it looks like he will be able to call in additional mules. Zerglings know that they cannot go toe-to-toe with those Hellions just quite yet. Spine crawlers are forced to be trained and produced by Idra. Idra now down to 21 drones after sacrificing 2 drones in order to get that base defense. And even though the Hellions haven't really dealt any damage yet, he has forced Idra to invest heavily, or invest somewhat into natural defense, and that does make a very, very big difference. You can see a queen and now laying down a creep tumor here. Hellion's going to try to make their way in, and perhaps are we going to see the Hellion? The Hellion's going to try to stop the creep tumor, and it does not get taken down. One more shot, and it does go at the... No, not at the cost of a Hellion, as the Hellion was able to back off just in time. Most likely this one Hellion will go back to the shop, end up being repaired. Meanwhile, these 3 Hellions can one-shot a drone. There are Zerglings up on the ramp as well. A queen ready to openly receive these Hellions, as the Hellions now try to push in once again. Spine crawler back over here. The Hellion's now just going to dance and try to get damage onto the queen. You can also see the spine crawler here Very, very important. Staying very close to that creep tumor, trying to just get damage onto the queen. Not really going to be able to deal all too much as the spine crawler able to root into position here. There are going to be 5 Hellions in total, and the Hellions running along the backside may actually torch some of these drones, and this is going to be very bad news if Idra is not ready for it. So you can see that the Hellions are going to come along that backside, and here they go. 1 torch, there's 1 drone, another drone. Oh, 4 drones are ready. 5 drones now killed as the Hellions are going to try to run up the ramp and get some Zergling kills, but this is not looking good. It looks like the spine crawler is going to get some easy kills as well, and oh, 2 drones being forced to pull back once again. Will these Hellions be able to run away? Yes, they will, as Idra's spine crawler just out of range to really do anything at all. Meanwhile, Select staying up on top of his macro, able to get up another orbital command. He is now transitioning into mass bio play. We are going to have 3 barracks, 1 with the tech lab, 1 with the reactor, 2 with the reactor, so it is going to be mass marines with stim most likely, as the Hellions look to continue to deal even more damage. Hellions now going to try to test the front door. It is not going to be able to take down this creep tumor just quite yet. No, not going to be able to. It did see it burrow just in time. And now perhaps a scanner sweep could be wasted at this point. Yeah, it is going to be used. Going to take down all of these creep tumors, try to remove all of that movement speed advantage. And now another, all of these creep tumors have been destroyed. And oh, 1 down. Is it going to be able to, yes, torch it? Yes, very nice positioning by Select. Select purposely moved his his Hellions down and just line of fired into a queen, and knowing that the splash damage would get that additional creep tumor, and that was a very nice play. Stim pack has been completed. Combat shield has not yet been started. We are sitting on not that much gas by Select. Meanwhile, Idra looks like he's going to be transitioning into Mutalisk as he's already sitting on 500 gas. Zergling's now running along the backside. Will they be able to perhaps get some damage in here? SCVs are working overtime, and in come the Zerglings, but I believe those Zerglings will get just absolutely torched in a matter of seconds. There you go. Some SCVs, but I think that was more damage taken by Idra still. 5 worker kills compared to 1. And now, let me get rid of that. Nope. That. There we go. As we now see the Hellions are once again making their way forward. Zerglings are going to try to rinse and repeat that same strategy once more, as Idra now establishing or attempting to establish that all-important 3rd base, knowing that his opponent is even on bases. Banelings knows Zergling's just going to simply run by once again, and now going to be able to get in a little bit more damage. 1 SCV down, a second SCV will get taken down as well. Marines now making their way over finally, and going to be able to get some easy damage there. Meanwhile, on the front door, Marines and Hellions pushing in, and now able to take down an Overlord. It looks like a lot of Zerglings getting torched here, and that's absolutely bad play by Idra, not realizing what's happening. And Select is just moving out with so many units. The Marines using the Hellions as a shield to make sure that those Banelings do not find them. And this is going to be really, really interesting. It looks like the Banelings are off of creep, not going to be able to do very much of anything. There are 10 Marines in this group, and now in come the Zerglings once more. The Marines once again pulling back. Hellions now on the low ground. The Hellions could perhaps gotten over there and provided a little bit of cover fire, and there you go. Beautiful micro as the Marines now going after a queen. It looks like 1 queen will get taken down. Zerglings have to be very careful, and now backing off. Idra unable to protect this expansion here, and this is very bad news as Idra going to lose his hatchery that he just finished. Banelings are hatching off on the north side as well. Very heavy action coming into this game already. A 3rd command center now being built. Siege tanks do have siege mode, as the Marines and siege tanks able to finish off this location here. A little bit of splash damage, unnecessary, and they'll apparently the siege tanks don't like larva, getting in a bit of splash damage there as well. A factory is being built. Supply depots being added over here. 91 compared to 110 as the Zerglings add Mutalisk, catching all of these units out of position that Select. However, Zerglings, are they going to be able to run away? And the Marines trying to get onto that high ground. Idra finishing off that pressure rather easily, and now expanding into the 9 o'clock location here. Banelings are not upgraded, only dealing, I believe, 35 damage per attack. Mutalisk look to swarm in, perhaps get a little bit of damage here, but there are a decent number of Marines. A medevac may get shot down. Marines able to push and now deal damage back to those Mutalisks. Mutalisks are swarming a bit together and taking a lot of damage. Another Mutalisk gets taken down in addition to an Overlord. That Overlord has been parked there for so long, and Select finally cleaning it up. 94 compared to 107. Taking a look at the total losses, 1,300 resources total loss as Idra transferring some drones a little prematurely into this base over here. Zerglings have taken out the rocks here. Select needs to be aggressive in the next couple of minutes. We'll see what he's going to be able to do. He is now looking to take down these destructible rocks, perhaps set up a planetary fortress. The Marines are upgraded 1-0. That is definitely going to help out, but the Banelings are going to be coming in a swarm. I'm not quite sure what if I ever saw those Banelings actually utilized, as the Mutalisks are now going to fly in. They are going to spot that command center now being set up to be an orbital command, but the Mutalisks are going to get in some easy attacks. No, there is a missile turret. Is there a missile turret? No, 1 second away. They're finally getting a missile turret up into the air. Planetary fortress being upgraded, and now we'll see what these Marines are going to be able to do. Army compositions, Zerg much larger in terms of gas, slightly ahead in terms of minerals, as the Mutalisks is trying to push in once again. Siege tanks now sieging, grouping themselves together, and now also adding a missile turret, and now Banelings coming in, being focus fired. The Marines able to focus down all of those units there. Zerglings finishing off that, and Idra says GG. All right. I still think that Idra had plenty of opportunities to actually take the advantage in this one. He wasn't behind total resources. He was up in terms of army. Total drone count, he was up as well. But I think Idra just prematurely GG'd once more. Perhaps a little bit upset with himself that he was not able to take down these siege tanks over here. But Select goes into Game 4 with an advantage. And I really think Idra could have come back on this one and perhaps taken a pivotal Game 3 to go up 2-1 instead of being behind 1-2. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed Game 3. Stay tuned for Game 4 from the ASUS Republic of Gamers Invitational.